What's up, baking warlocks? Are you ready for how's everyone else doing today?
I'm doing good, Jacob. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
Okay. That makes sense. It's good that you are doing well, in my
I,
opinion.
I think it's good that I'm doing well as well.
You know what they say, all's well that is well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's good to hope that it stays well.
By the way, everybody, Liam won't be here today. He's in the bathroom for the next hour and a half.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Bro said he had to go take a piss, and I think he fell in.
No, he's still just pissing.
How much water did he drink?
Yeah. You know what they say? Oh, you're thirsty? How thirsty?
He must be very, he must be a very thirsty person.
I bet. Liam, comment down below if you're a thirsty person. As in, tell me what to say, and I'll put it in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of something to say because you see, there's like a good way to segment it.
Are you trying? Well, I
No,
mean,
it's not the
the
thing.
be- the best way to segue into it is just to ask me a question.
Well, I know. I'm trying to think of the question. Jacob, do you consider yourself good at role playing your D&D characters?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I'm pretty good at it, to be honest.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, I think I can get into character. I know I've started to actually do things that like um uh that I necessarily it's not optimal to do, but I'm just doing it
Mm-hmm.
anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I I have it because I have like some like I don't know. My notes are complete. What's the word? Garbage right now, so I cannot understand what the fuck I was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I felt recently, I'm like, I don't think I'm doing a good enough job doing that. So I know I'm normally a very backstory heavy person. I put
Mhm.
a large amount of backstory into
I
my
can't I
characters.
can't wait for the day when you go, okay, I'm not doing what the coven wants because what the party wants because I have something I want to do myself. You know?
Well, I've just never had to because I don't think I've made different enough characters.
Mhm.
Well, I meant like the only other day I've done that is like the day in Zane's campaign where everybody except you and I sold themselves for a contract.
Yeah. That was funny.
That was. And then I had to undo that last session.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's the only time anything like that has really happened. Because I don't think except for maybe one time, we haven't really played very clashing characters.
Yeah. I think right now in Zane's campaign we all have our goals set.
We're
There's
very
like
unified in Zane's campaign.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, but like I was saying that because recently I joined another friend's campaign, and
Oh.
for the first time ever, I said, "Yeah, no backstory. I'm just freeballing, all character." And like I've
Yeah.
had a lot of fun, partially because this is the first time I'm like not being the character that's holding the party together, but it's also because I I invented NFTs, and that's pretty crazy. I scammed the owner of like
Yeah, I was there.
yeah, I'm just telling the everybody else. I
So
scammed
true.
the owner of somebody of like a piece of property into buying the deed that says they own the piece of property, even though I'm the one that did it. That they like I sold it to them, but they owned, you know, you guys know
Yeah.
NFTs. If you don't, God
Mhm.
bless your soul. That's crazy. Yeah, but that character is like, I wouldn't say unhinged, but like that's the most I'm trying to play a character there
Yeah.
more so than other campaigns when I'm playing variations of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking that it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
What do you do to get into character, Jacob?
You know, I just do what's on my mind, like you're saying. Like the most I really have done to get into character was do my temporary character, because it's like he's not gonna be long for like a long time, so like I guess I'll just have fun with it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get
and
that.
so just like for instance, there was a there was a thing where we went to some fish place, and I basically talked my way into getting a artifact just by being so unabashedly confident.
That's a word for it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like it was just such a fun moment because like I was just being like as stupid as I could be.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I was just like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna ask him straight up that I want it.
I don't think it was stupid. Honestly, it's straightforward, which some people confuse for the same thing. You had the capacity to do it. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of the it's stupid when you don't have the capacity to do it and you're like, I'm going to try anyways.
Yeah,
But like you made a character that could do it and then did it.
yeah,
That's funny as
yeah.
fuck.
But I think it was funny because like if I had gone about it the other way, which he was like originally planning to do, it might have like screwed over the rest of the party, which is also including my other character that we finally managed to get back to after, he was stuck forever.
Yeah. You really were crucified for like 10 sessions.
It was more like 5, but it was
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah, I think you do a good job with that character because I do think
I
it's
think I
different
do.
from just you.
I think I do a good job with Sigurius as well, or Arvin, because like I just did stuff on my own there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's still like one thing I haven't out of character that like he's talked to Sakwas and is like, yeah, and he's got a potential deal, but like he's still mulling over. Like I think now he's gonna try and use it as like a ambush opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
but he's gonna wait.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because I feel like my character in that campaign is like very much like me, and I do think I play it a little differently, but I don't think it's different enough. I don't know. Because like sometimes some people I'm like, oh, that's just basically them, just slightly different, and I feel like that's the case for me right here.
Mm-hmm.
And like, let me think of other campaigns. To be fair, some other campaigns, not gonna name any names on which campaign that is. I went through characters a little too quickly to get like into the groove.
Yeah.
Well, I guess yeah, I haven't really had. I guess yeah, we haven't been in that many campaigns in hindsight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the my first character was just me, so there wasn't really a lot of separation from that.
Mine was just me being edgy, which was funny because it wasn't like I'm cool. It's I want to be edgy because it's funny. That was a good character, funny wise. That's crazy. I feel like I did a lot in that party despite being a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Or like just the basic fucking
Yeah.
ranger. Like that's I think I was the haste option, which hindsight not
Mhm.
that good, but we were also misplaying with haste for a little while. Um, yeah, I don't think much on. I think that's about all I want to say on that. Which I
Yeah.
think that's like D&D, like getting into role playing characters is a good segment. And swap over to our Discord server has converted into a Wizard Forum roleplay server. Do you want to talk about this, Jacob?
It's really funny.
So is that do you want me to talk about it?
I'm trying to think of what to talk about. Like yeah, it's really funny. Like just like everyone's like just getting into wizard character. Like and like now I realize just how toxic wizards are in D&D because everyone's so good at getting the character that no one's like no like moral solutions are found.
Or like you think there's one, and then it's a but.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. Like for context, some of you might be like, I know some of you, Meeple Maniac, you might be like, what the fuck does the wizard roleplay? So basically, it's like
Mhm.
it's like the wizard posting. So we take we have like the little forum section on our Discord server, and it's
Yeah.
so long right now. But basically, like, let's look at it. Let's Jacob, do you want to read out an example post?
Oh, yeah, give me a moment. I have to move my my thing.
Yeah.
I have to wizard posting.
Oh, but it's so long.
I need to find a good one that isn't too horrendous.
Let's see.
Need help testing mind control.
That one's
Hey,
pretty bad. I don't know.
it's a bit more tame. Hey, I am practicing mind control via sending. Could someone touch the rune attached to this message so I can see if it works? I will release you immediately. I promise. Sorry, I'm immune to mind control. I'll get my wife and see if it works. Her might not be whole enough, but it's worth a shot. I realized you can actually make a tasty tropical smoothie by mixing the liquefied brain of a mind-enslaved goblin with pineapple. Where did you find a goblin in this day and age? I thought I got them all. Oh well, I have some open slots.
For
Like,
context on that one, so there's like a recurring bit where somebody like asks us like help for something, and then everybody just goes, "Have you tried mind control?" And they're kind of right. It just does work.
it's a terrible just like choose option, but like it just keeps on coming up.
Because like we can think of things to do in every scenario, and there are some of them where I'm like, oh, that is just the optimal solution for a wizard with no morals.
Another one.
Um,
Somebody banished my testicles. How do I get them back? I have a council meeting to get to. Some maniacs are trying to unban testicular torsion tornado. And the first response is maybe you should have put up better wards. I don't know. It sounds like a spell issue. Just wait a minute. They should come back. Are your testicles from another dimension? I don't tell many people this, but I actually cut them off from a storm giant and attached them to mine own vessel. Ah, a clever ritual. It's so stupid.
it's so good, and some of us are like, we have Grundar the Powerful, Exodius the Scroll Keeper, and then me and another person are D&D characters, Black Cloak, Halster Blackcloak, and is it a Sararak the Eternal?
Yeah, just Serac. I don't know
A
why
Sararak. I don't
he
know.
just put a title on there just for shits and giggles.
Well, it's a lich, so I get the Eternal part.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Hold
But
on.
it's also just so unbelievably toxic. Like all the spell help, like there's at least like one person going, play better, or
Yeah.
just not be bad at spells.
Yeah, I need to finish that post I have because I have a bit on there. It's that Halster Blackcloak is incapable of making friends, and he views them as like friends for him are people that want to kill him.
Yeah.
So it's, oh, I have been doing the spell properly. I just hadn't realized that it was working.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have a classic actually. Hold on. How would you get a small wand 5.1 inch in length, about
Nope.
4.5
Okay.
inch in girth, unstuck from a mini spell flask?
That's just a fucking Reddit post.
I know, and that's why it's so good. Yeah, there's utmost importance that no harm comes to the wand. A friend goes, "That's no small wand. It sounds like a perfectly adequate wand to me, average sized." And they go, "I do not see how that helps the current situation."
Mm-hmm.
We've got, "That's an interesting request. Could you perhaps carve a rune into the wand?" And then, "Have you
Yeah.
tried minimizing the wand, or is it unable to become smaller?" It sounds like it's too small to be reduced by a normal spell. Yeah, this is rather a small wand already. The wand is stuck, no spells can be cast. Have you
No
tried severing the
stupid.
wand, then mending it? If the wand in question were an immovable rod, I may have a suggestion, but something tells me that is not the case. It is a wand.
Are you actually a spellcaster?
Yeah. I don't understand. Just break the wand and remend it. It is one wand out of many. And then eventually, oh, is this your penis? Just cut it off and regenerate it. And then, yeah, let's see. If nothing goes to Cleric Temple, have you thought about liquefying the spell flask? Are you even a spellcaster? This is irrelevant to the current problem. My wand is stuck in the flask. Yeah, and produce. This scroll has been sealed. You all cannot behave. And now
Yeah.
the post is closed. That one was good.
Possible father.
Possible father's fairly funny.
Though, yeah, but overall, it's such a really, it's a really good bit. That's all I really have to say.
So and so much of us so many of the wizards are like overtly terrible people, and then you have one person there who's like not that bad. It's like the vague, oh,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
he's like, I'm new here, and he has like, there's like an air of innocence, but then
Mm-hmm.
his posts are the best. Like, where's I think
Mm-hmm.
am I the goblin for not trusting my rogue with my spell book?
Yeah, it's such a good one.
Am I the goblin's a good tag?
Yeah.
But like, we literally spent like 2 hours just wizard posting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were supposed to be doing other things, and we did not. It
Mm-hmm.
was so funny. Wizard posting is so good. I wish there were. I don't know. We have a place for it.
Yeah.
Everybody should wizard post, is my opinion. But it also makes me glad that magic is not real.
Oh, for sure.
The mass genocide spell.
Dude, dude, if there were like if magic existed in real life, the amount of horrible people that would make the most horrible shit is
Mm-hmm.
endless.
Like, not to name any names, but I made a mass a spell called Mass Genocide, and it specifically targets goblins. It's a fourth level. It's a seventh level spell, and then it's the ninth level version is when cast at ninth level. You can choose any other race of your choosing.
It's a really bad spell.
It's a terrible
It's
spell.
mm-hmm.
Also, goblins are French.
Yeah.
I think
Wizards are terrible
that's
people.
funny.
This is what we've learned.
True. And here you see, I think we've reached the end of that topic, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, how's your Rain World going? You've been playing that game.
Oh yeah, I love Rain World. Rain World's such a great game. Um uh So recently, I beat the game as the Gourmand, which
Yo.
for those out there is the fat one.
He eats shit.
Well, besides eating shit, he has the powers of Gmod prop physics.
Oh, I did not know that.
So if you move fast enough and collide with something, you deal damage to it.
That's crazy that that's a power.
It is unique to him only.
Mm-hmm. It's a funny ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been good. You beat Gourmand's run. What more do you
Mhm.
have?
I have to um uh I have to um uh I have to beat the game as the hunter, which is in the base game, and then I have to do Artificer, Rivulet, Artificer, Rivulet, the Spearmaster, and then the Saint. So I've got 5 more 5 more playthroughs to go of the game
Okay.
before I'm fully done.
Okay. That's a lot, wow.
Mm-hmm.
How would you rate that game out of a scale of 11 to 17?
A solid 17.
Okay, it's high
It's a
praise.
it's a pretty good game that everyone should play. Even though it may be like there's a bit of a learning curve to it.
I may play it one day. I don't know.
The Downpour expansion where all the Gourmand and all the Artificer, Roulette, Spearmaster, Saint, it has a co-op mod. So it works.
We'll see. I don't know. I have too many games to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14. Crazy. I've been leveling Reaper up, and oh my god, it is so crazy how powerful Reaper is, especially compared to Black Mage, which I normally play.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to think, and I'm like consistently
Mhm.
super high on aggro. I don't have a parser, so I don't know like DPS numbers specifically.
Yes.
But it's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I just do so much damage and I don't have to try.
Yeah. I haven't looked at Reaper yet, but I'm sure I will eventually.
Mhm.
I want to get my Dragoon up to 90 first.
Yeah. Reaper plays a lot like Gunbreaker, in all honesty.
I guess so.
Like, the rotation is very similar. You have like a
Mhm.
1-2 and then a 1-2-3, and then you have like a single. I mean, you have positionals instead of like Gnashing Fang and stuff, but like otherwise, I say they're
Mhm.
pretty similar classes in my opinion.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Shit, this is so hard.
Yeah.
Having conversations are too difficult. Like,
I mean, just talk about something random. Like, what's a? I mean, oh well, unless you don't want to spoil something. What's a fun book you're reading right now?
I'm not reading anything right now because, well, I'm rereading a book called The Lost Metal, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's fourth in like technically a 7-book series.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's a good book. I'm not reading anything right now. I'm playing games. I was reading another. I can talk about this actually. Yeah, I was reading a different series that's not like from my favorite author, and it's just it was like okay. It
Yeah.
gives me like baby Wheel of Time vibes, except it's really not as good and kind of boring. They split
Mhm.
like a 300 400 page book's perspective like across like 7 or 8 different characters, and it is bad for that. They don't
Yeah.
focus properly on any characters. There are
Yeah.
a lot of the names like I
Oh,
went
they're
like
like
10 chapters without seeing somebody, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, and they're not doing anything. Like, there is
yeah.
one guy, I don't know his name. He's grouped up with another guy who's like being built up to be the bad guy. And I'm
Mhm.
like,
Find
sorry,
importance on like
I had
particular
to
characters.
turn off for half a second.
Oh, so did I. So
Yeah, no,
like
I turned off because I didn't want to like have anything bad. Yeah, okay. So here, could you start back from that sentence?
yeah, like additionally, like uh I'm tapping right now because I'm thinking.
You're talking about perspective.
But whenever it splits perspectives and you don't see like a lot of characters for a while, very early on, if it is on early on, it makes it makes it hard for you to focus on
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Okay, so yeah, so it makes you, yeah.
It makes it hard to focus on a person, you know, like you lose like the whole you just don't really get to know that character as well as you might have other ones.
Yeah. My problem with this character is they don't feel like they serve any purpose this book. Then they might be setting up for a different book, but it's honestly a waste of pages and like breaks cohesion frequently because they
Yeah.
go through like, hold on, I'm counting. They go through I think about 8 different perspectives in like a 400-page book, which like, cut that down, that's maybe 50 pages per character, but like some characters are more important so they get more pages. So like another character gets
Mhm.
like 20 pages of stuff and they're like they don't serve a purpose because half of the scenes they're in there is another character that is in there that is a perspective character, so I think it should just be from that person's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, I stopped reading that after a while and then I recently started up again because I needed something to read on vacation, and I don't know if I think I'll finish the rest of the series just because I own the rest of the books, but it's not that
Mhm.
good.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Let's see. I
What
had
games have you
something.
been playing recently?
Final Fantasy.
Of course, Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's the hard stuff.
we can't talk about Endwalker spoilers, sadly.
I mean, we could, but it'd be unethical and bad, so we won't.
Yeah, it's a really good expansion. You should. Those out there, you should. No, actually, I don't know how much time you have in your lives, but it's a good thing. You should play it
Well, it's
eventually.
only like 400-ish hours if you do main story pretty quickly,
Mm-hmm.
which is a joke. It's 400-ish hours. I said only. What was I gonna say? Oh, damn it! I lost it. I had like a good topic, an interesting one, and I can't get it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, mm, what was it? It is is I think it's Jacob. How often were you on the internet when you were like younger?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because I have like it's a leading question. I have a few others. It's like a broad topic.
Mm-hmm. So like, I think it's I wasn't on it as much when I was younger. I used to like watch like early YouTube on my phone when I was like 5, and then my parents like found out, and then they cut off my access to YouTube early on.
Oh
So
wow.
I wasn't yeah, I wasn't really tainted by it for like, like a long period of time
Mm-hmm.
until I eventually got to like middle school is whenever I'm I'm middle school is when I really started getting into YouTube again, but when I was younger, I didn't really watch it as much or like be as like included in like internet culture. How about you?
Yeah. So when I was younger, I like, I played Minecraft, I watched like YouTube and stuff, but I did not like interact that much with a lot of like groups because I'm not a big, interact like whenever I'm in a Twitch chat, I lurk because I don't really have anything to say. I don't want to. But I was on pretty young, but I realized like it's been a while since the internet's been like vaguely safe. Like, do you
Yeah.
remember like how familiar with like kind of the 90s media where it's like, oh, don't trust strangers on the internet no matter well, actually no, they didn't even do that. It was just like the Wild West where people just talked to each other on the internet and like made friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't we can't really do that anymore because people are so fucked up now on the internet.
Yeah.
Like you can't go there are like zero safe spaces on the internet. You can't go anywhere and just enjoy it. If you
Mm-hmm.
go somewhere, you're gonna get bullied, harassed,
There's so
ridiculed.
much rampant toxicity on the internet everywhere you go.
Yeah, or even worse, like oh, you like there's a very positive YouTuber community. Oh, they're groomers. And you're like, oh
Yeah.
fuck. Like that's such a huge issue now, and it
Mm-hmm.
was, to my knowledge, it was not as bad of an issue like back in the olden days, as they say. They beat me.
Yeah. Like the main problem now is that with like so many like personalities just being able to just step onto the platform, you don't really know who is like, like good or not, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah, and I feel like there's so much unrestricted access to the internet nowadays. Like there's some people that do restrict, but it's like the norm to just not restrict that. And there's so many parents that don't really parent the internet because they don't understand it, don't know how to, and it
Yeah.
puts their kids at risk. And also, it's like the iPad kids where they just give them like an iPad and go, "Okay, I'm not gonna parent you because you're loud and annoying."
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not every parent, obviously, but that's like a common thing today, and it's something that like I don't know how they could. Well, I guess because they don't have the knowledge, but like I could not do that
Mm-hmm.
because it's like the Colleen Bollinger or whatever her name is, the ukulele.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like she's a 36-year-old woman. She did this stuff 5 years ago. My sister watched her 5 years ago. I'm like, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It ruins people's lives, and it's just so bad. And there's not much like we can do about it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't really know that someone online is this horrendous person until they're finally exposed.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards you're like, "Man, I watched this guy
Yeah.
like
Or
for
like,
like for like a month or a year and I was
yeah.
like, I like this content."
Mm-hmm.
It must feel even worse to those who like bought their merchandise or whatnot because they willingly gave money to this person in their company.
Yeah, or like those that are affected, just like the victims of those like
Mhm.
incidents, like it's just I don't know, it's so scary and so bad. There's no safe spaces on the internet, but when you're like, oh, I am whatever, like a lot of kids are getting like phones in elementary school because they're just so ingrained in our daily lives,
Mhm.
and so they have access to the internet like unrestricted at that point,
Yeah.
and like so much bad stuff could happen to them, and nobody like and just nothing happens and they don't know. Like, hopefully I maybe when like our generation starts having kids, we have better foresight because we understand what the internet is like more.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know, it's just so terrible that so many terrible people are out there with platforms and the ability to just hurt people unrestricted on the internet.
Mhm. Yeah, it's something to really think about because like people nowadays can just get on the internet and just start posting whatever they want.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know how to filter out what they're looking for, they can easily stumble upon the wrong things.
Oh, yeah, like the fucking rabbit holes. What's it? You have like the conservative like Steven Crowder pipeline, that stuff. Well, I guess he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really have a platform anymore, thank goodness.
Like like a small child can actually go on like a random pipeline of like all this like heavily one-sided viewpoints and like potentially be influenced by it to think that way because they saw it online.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, that's the whole like, what is it? Like Ben Shapiro, Stephen. No, like he's not. I guess I don't know conservative talk show people anymore because I don't like them. But that's
Yeah.
like the whole Ben Shapiro like business model. They go for young people that might have been around this, and so they go, "Oh, all the people around me have shared these views. I would like to consume content of that also shares these views, but that's just reinforcing them." And it is not wrong to be conservative, but there
Yeah.
are aspects of certain people that believe there are once you get too far to the right, you are, in my opinion, and I think when you are devaluing and hurting people that are just different from you and you don't understand, you've gone too far and
Yeah.
you just you are unsafe and your content shouldn't just be put in the minds of young impressionable people.
Mm-hmm.
And like somebody could just watch that content and then they don't know any better and it just reinforces bad behavior and oh, I'm homophobic and transphobic
Mm-hmm.
or misogynist or racist.
Yeah.
It's like the last two, not that much of an issue with that pipeline specifically, at least the direction I said. You can definitely go a bit further down and get there.
Mm-hmm.
But like the transphobia and homophobia, that's like so surface level. It's so blatantly there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't
Yeah, that's so it's so easy to see or like see like traces of it on and like Twitter, for
oh
example.
my fucking god.
Twitter is the worst.
No, I hate Twitter. I opened it again the other day because I needed to check on something a writer I watch uh
Mm-hmm.
not watch, a writer I read from like was posting about and I saw somebody I follow and they're like a woman on Twitter and they were just getting harassed because they're an artist and they don't like AI art because it's soulless and the people running it are just caricatures of a person. It's so funny. Like
Yeah.
they're like, haha, can you do this? Or it's like, I toned my prompts so well.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get angry when they can't like change the style because their art thing updated. And then I think like they said something offhand, not even adding anybody. And then a bunch of like misogynists just went in there and like kind of sexually charged words. I'm like, oh my god. Oh, there's this one creator I like would see occasionally on like Instagram reels, and it's just she would constantly be harassed by like the stereotypical Reddit incels.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'd be like, "You have a smoking hot bod. Too bad your personality is absolute trash." And like it just
Yeah.
completely unprompted. And I'm like, "Oh my god, they're just there doing that."
Yeah. There's nothing stopping them from putting these like viewpoints out on the world.
But yeah, and they just harass people. It's like it would be one thing, still not that good if they just put the viewpoint out there. But they're like actively looking for people they dislike and saying it to. I don't know, it's just so terrible. That sounds like the end of that topic. Fuck. Shit.
Hmm?
Oh, apparently my dogs went and ate more food than they were supposed to. I fed them, and then my parents got home, and then they fed them because I was like a minute late telling them I fed them.
Did they go and accidentally did they vomit or something?
No, it's just they asked if I had already fed the dogs, and
Uh,
I responded a little too late, and then they had fed them again.
I see.
They're probably fine. It's because
they're most likely fine.
one of them has a little sensitive stomach, but she's fine, probably. She's the instigator. She definitely led that charge. She wants more food. She's a greedy butthole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went down to the area that I must go to college to in Redacted City, and I was apartment searching, and I now should be officially leasing an apartment soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what I plan to do whenever I go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna. I think I'm going to plan and like try to probably get like either an apartment or maybe not an apartment but like a dorm. I think
Mm-hmm.
that might be the plan. But it also depends on where I go and when I go, because like I don't know if like I would have to probably like wait a long time if necessary for it to happen,
Mm-hmm.
because like I don't know. Like I know my parents have said that they'll help me pay for it, but like part of me doesn't want to put like the financial strain of going to like a really expensive college on them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I know you've done like some community, so like you have a bunch of like core stuff done as well. That's helpful.
Yeah, I have some core credits done.
And then hopefully you can apply to scholarships and like also work.
Yeah, I need to apply for scholarships. I know I have a pretty good savings with work so far.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't started a sit retirement fund yet. I need to, because I know it's one of the things I should do.
You're supposed to start that early because the sooner you start, the more time it has
Yeah,
to
yeah,
compound.
yeah,
Blah blah blah.
yeah. I'm planning on doing that soon. Though part of me feels stuck, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like, here, elaborate on that.
Well, it's more of like a personal topic, but part of me feels like I don't know what I want to do at the current moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm partially unsure of like the career path I want to go on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not quite like enjoying what you do to the degree that you thought.
Slightly.
Okay.
It's it's less about the enjoying it part, and it's more like there's just so much stress that comes with the job that like I kind of don't want to have in my like day-to-day life, if you
Mm-hmm.
get that I mean.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess yeah. That's just personal. You might be able to find somewhere that's like less. I mean, it would be probably different qualifications, but there are likely places that don't specialize in like because I think you've already said that you work in like with animals and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
there's like there are probably places that are not like specialized at surgeries and it's just checkups. Like you could probably find a way to get past like to not do that.
Maybe,
I don't know. It's worth looking into.
for sure.
Yeah. Do you have any other ideas what you might want to do should you not continue on that path?
Uh, I'm still thinking about it. I know like if I don't go to veterinary medicine, I might do like biology or biomedical stuff
Mm-hmm.
in that particular area of expertise. Maybe other than that, if I like fail so much that I might just go ahead and like I know that more recently my parents have been like, "Hey, you should show me your drawings more," stuff like that. So maybe like I don't know, art or graphic design. I know
Mm-hmm.
several people have suggested that to me already. So it might be something to
Mm-hmm.
to look into.
Where that can be a different type of more stressful because that's harder to be consistent.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be, but it would be less stressful than like previously because it's not like there's an animal's life on the line if you
Yeah,
don't get it done.
there are not really stakes. At worst, the stakes are probably your job, if ever.
Yeah.
But like that's like a standard for jobs.
Mm-hmm. Like I can get over with like the standard being for um uh w- with the standard of work just being I don't want to get fired. I feel like that's the only stress I can realistically handle. But like having
Mm-hmm.
the like idea of like this animal potentially might have, bit the bullet because of, like something I did
Mm-hmm.
is a bit more
Yeah.
I don't want to have on my mind.
That's very understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, what are you playing right now?
I am playing a first-person shooter called the Cruelty Squad.
Okay. Explain that game to me.
So it's kind of like Hitman in that you can like approach it the way you do, except the art style is off the wazoo.
Okay.
The setting defines itself as a sewage-infused garbage world.
Interesting.
It's set in the far future where life itself has little to no value.
Oh, so this future.
Where, if you just die, you'll just be um uh re-put together.
Oh yeah, no, not this future. Okay, yeah, I see that now. Okay. That's interesting.
And your main job is doing what people do best. Well, what your guy does best, killing people. That's his only job.
That's a crazy job. Yeah, that is, I guess, like Hitman, huh?
Yeah, you have a whole supply of, futuristic implants and such and other jazz to work with. And there's a lot of like I feel like if I showed you like a screen like Donkey played this game like 2 years ago, but
Okay.
like any like sets of gameplay will not do you justice for how this game runs because you're gonna look at it, get a sensory overload, and then want to look away.
Okay. That whew, I can see. Okay.
Yeah. Just something that I thought you should know before you looked into it.
Yeah, I'm not a big first person shooter head or like shooter head, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They're like okay to me. They don't have enough like they don't keep me occupied.
Engaged
Yeah.
enough.
Let's see, do I have any? Yeah. Like I'll play multiplayer shooters, that's about it. I'm not a big Halo fan. Definitely not Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah, if shooting's the main gameplay, it's like Splatoon I do not play. I like Splatoon, I do not play that for the story.
Mm-hmm. Well, thankfully, yeah, I guess with this game, shooting is the main focus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oof. I was afraid I got the hiccups. That would have been bad because I do not like the hiccups. And that's hard to deal with while we are talking constantly.
Yeah, hiccups make things talking hard.
Hiccups
But
are another one.
I feel
Yeah.
like actually, you probably won't find any appeal because like I would say the appeal is like the funny shenanigans you can get yourself into, but like I don't think that's your type of game.
Mm-hmm. I mean maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I've been
Also, I feel like the art style would put you off.
really hold on. I want to look at this. Is it Savage? What was it again?
Cruelty Squad.
Cruelty Squad. Okay.
It looks like a PS1 era game.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, I've seen this game.
Yeah, I'm currently running through it and having fun.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's not the. It's just yeah. That's the gameplay does not look like one I would. Oh,
Enjoy.
yeah. Forgot to turn Discord notifications off. Fuck. Damn it.
Does that go into the audio?
Yes.
I think it's funny. Leave it in.
No, I'm gonna disable all sound notifications for now. Oopsies. I'll remember to not do that next time.
I mean, there are some like funny bits in there. I think there's a dedicated stock market button.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, so at any point, like even in the middle of like a gun firing, you can open the stock market. You have like such implants as something that turns off your kick strength so you can give people with your foot. Or the speed enhancer total organ package. It increases your speed by 4, but makes you die in one shot.
That's funny.
There's also something called the Grapendix. And it's a grappling hook appendix, like intestine that's on the outside of your body.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it to speedrun the game like Quake.
That's funny.
I'm gonna do antigen.
Jacob, how have you been sleeping?
Oh,
Yeah.
sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think I get enough sleep, but the last few days I've realized that I'm at work and I can see the bags underneath my eyes. So I don't think I've been getting enough sleep recently.
Well, it depends. Like, some people just have baggy eyes. Like, sometimes when I was like a few years ago, even though like I would sleep better then, I still had like bags under my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot why it has to do with blood flow stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But I've also been feeling tired lately, and I feel like for the last year I probably haven't had enough sleep. Or at least I definitely have better sleep now, but it was terrible during junior year of high school.
Really?
I don't know if I told you about it, but like I somehow passed my A push class with an A, but like every day at like 3:20, I basically fucking had to I strained to keep my eyes open, but had like a mini like 15-minute nap mid discussion.
Yeah, I get that.
And that was every day.
Yeah. It's like one of our friends in econ.
Yeah, it was, and it happens at work too. Like at 4 o'clock, if all I'm doing is standing and watching the doctor do a surgery, I have to make sure to keep myself awake because I just went to sleep.
Oh my god, yeah, no, Jacob, that's not. Especially with. When do you have work
Well,
today?
I had work at starting 9 o'clock this morning.
Mm-hmm. And you were in the VC with us at 3?
I stopped in at 2:20 just for a moment.
2:20. Okay. Little better. Yeah. Still, that's. Yeah, I suggest getting sleep. I know I say that. I don't fuck. I got what? Maybe 5 hours of sleep today.
Mm-hmm.
That was my fault.
Yeah.
I got
mean,
because I took a nap, but
it's okay. It's not as bad as I made it out to seem because like it doesn't take like much effort. It's just that like I'm just tired at work from all the stuff that goes on.
okay, that's more fair and reasonable. Yeah, but
Sometimes it's a bit too much for me to reasonably handle within a given time frame.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
I think that's more fair. And I think this is a good spot to end it. So, do you have any closing remarks?
Don't forget to preheat the oven.
You heard it, folks. Don't forget to preheat the oven.